Alrighty, that should be about time. Hey guys, how we doing? Hey. Hi, it's me, it's Tech. Tech Nugget, how you guys doing? Not a good sign that I'm still burpy. Hey guys, how we doing? It's another new Hollow Ataraxia that I'm doing, even though I'm about 2 or 3 episodes behind. I'll get to it eventually. I've just been, I don't know. I've been, I guess I can say I've been feeling out of sorts. I just really haven't been feeling motivated to do much of anything, really. There's sometimes a little bit of something here and there, but like I don't know. I'm in a weird transitional phase where like I don't really feel like doing much of anything, really. Which is not great because I've just started classes again. And I did bring this up in a different stream last Triple C, but yeah, I've started doing classes. I'm in college for sound engineering, which means I should be able to recognize and fix audio, but let's not worry about all that nonsense right now. Yes. All right, never mind then. But aside from that, we are going further in Hollow Ataraxia. I don't know what is coming. Though I feel like I might have some guesses. I don't really want to say anything for sure right now. I don't know. I think Bazette's just having a real bad time. It seemed like she was really close with Kyrie. So to have him kind of kill her and betray her and take her servant. Okay. I guess, don't I have I do have the slightly transparent BB. Hey, okay, so as long as I have the slightly transparent BB here, that's going to be my little alert for... It's weird to talk about it like they're spoilers, but I am like theorizing on certain events. You know what? Fuck it, whatever. You can go away again, BB. We don't exactly need you right now. Here is my understanding of events as they relate to Bezette. Is that also, by the way, something that I knew, but was wondering how they would kind of explain it, but they didn't really seem to do. They didn't really. I guess they kind of explained it, but like they weren't really exactly direct about it. I think Angramaini's possessing Shirou or something. It's weird. It's a very strange situation. Maybe one of the little side paths, side exclamation points that I didn't read, so didn't get it yet. Would explain it, but I just didn't. Okay. Here's my thoughts around Bazette based on what we know. Is that previously in her work as an executor she was working under the clock tower as a sealed designation enforcer. That's right. Okay. Which basically means she goes and hunts down particularly advanced mages and subjects them to seal designation, which may be a little bit biased here, considering I only know kind of secondhand stuff from my good friends over on Grand Order stuff, but it's not good. It's not good to be under seal designation. It basically means they're gonna try and how do I put this? Oh shit. No, I'm fine. They are going to take... You know what? I shouldn't get hung up on seal designation. It's bad. let's just say that seal designation is bad and you don't want it. But she was working as a seal designation enforcer, hunting particularly dangerous mages, and grails, I guess. That's how she met Kyrie. And for some reason, she felt like Kyrie was one of the people that she could like trust her back to, I guess. She had a lot of faith in Kyrie, which is very, very strange, considering we know what he's like. And that's not good. He's not a guy to put your faith in. But I guess she could have been like real with him or whatever. So they were chill until they weren't. Bazette got assigned to the Holy Grail War from Stay Night. She was assigned to be Lancer's Master. But during, I guess she got there early, maybe, and she was like all set up to, you know, do the whole Holy Grail War thing, and I guess Kyrie met her early, and fucking killed her, ripped her arm off, and took her what's it called? Her command seals. And somehow before she like died for real, Angra Mainyu somehow crawled out of the fucking cup or some shit and partnered with her to get her revenge, I guess? I don't know. Kyrie's dead now, though, so it's hard to kind of figure that out. Who might know, but he seems really weird and cagey about everything surrounding Bazette, especially since that was supposed to be his master. She was supposed to be his master, and then Kyrie did that whole thing, snatched his command seals, and his contract, I guess. I don't know. And I guess as the winner of the Holy Grail War, what's his name? Shirou got mixed up with all that cup shit, and you know, not having a good time. I don't know how everything fits together quite yet, but I do know that Angra's trying to help, I guess, settle her. I'm not sure, but that's enough theorizing for now. Why don't we just get into it? Maybe they'll tell us for sure. Oop. Oh, hey. At least I don't have to skip around. No signs of people in the plaza. House of God stands quiet, no visitors, peace away from the world. A girl unknown to me is waiting at the church. She's something that never existed to begin with. She's everywhere and nowhere, just like him. Love time is irrelevant. If I'm not mistaken, I'm visiting this place for the, please say last time. 4th time, okay. Nothing to do with the church. Emi Shirou should have no more unfinished business over there. Well, at this point, 1 or 2 more detours couldn't hurt. I'll just waste some time. Everything just piled one after another so quickly, both my mind and my body are fatigued. It might be a poor motive, but at least I'll have that woman impart me with some of her vitality again. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you're talking about, Shirou. That's a weird way to say that. Eh? The music abruptly stops. Caren vacantly stares at me as if she'd seen a ghost. Why are you stopping? You haven't stopped for anything even once until now. Returning her stare, I take my usual seat. Having come all this way, even the pew was comfortable. Hey, what's wrong? Why don't you keep going? Don't mind me and just play like you always do. I'll wait until the end. I throw out a few jeers. No. If you have something to discuss, I will attend to it now. That's rare. You're telling me this antisocial woman has actually had the capacity to be considerate this whole time? Though, I would have liked her to have shown it to me on the first or second visit. Oops, shit. OBS disconnected. Luckily, I'm still recording, which is the important bit. Yeah. Right now, having my needs attended to just bothers me. Wait, am I still recording? I think I am. I think I'm still recording. Whatever. I'm just going to read those last two lines again. Though I would have liked to have shown it to me in the first or second visit. Right now, having my needs attended to just bothers me. Someday I'm going to teach her how to read the mood if I ever get the opportunity. That's fine. I've just been feeling so tired. So I want to get worked up. Just ignore me and do what you always do. I will continue playing, but what do you mean by that? Oops. Doesn't seem like she'd like that expression, get worked up. I'm saying that I get energized. That organ playing of yours is great for recharging. Listening to it is a shock to my brain. Unsatisfied, Caren turns back to the organ. Apparently she can't understand how getting worked up and shocks are related. In any case, the performance resumed. Life... Oop. Oh, yeah, there it is. Life is breathed into the non-existent organ once again. Her thin fingers covered in wounds touch the keyboard. The fourth... I also don't know how Caren fits into all this. Her thin fingers covered in wounds touch the keyboard. For the fourth time, the grating melody reverberates in the chapel. Surprisingly, it feels like it's different than before. Perhaps just because the performer's fingers were filled with passion? Full passion. The waves of sound that were only vaguely irritating before have now clearly stimulate my nerves. Just like that. I clearly feel my irritation turn to anger, and finally, the rationality I decorated with myself with dissolves. Is there nothing you find beautiful? That woman said something like that. My feelings like that had long since gone away. Shit, OBS is disconnected again. Jesus Christ, OBS. I feel at ease now. All I need to do is see things for what they are. Having personal sentiments is such a burden in many ways. And yet, why? Stop screwing around. A glimpse of a strange landscape flashes before my eyes. I'm just gonna keep reading, I don't care. I don't understand its significance. There's OBS again. Just a desolate wasteland. A summit far above the ground where the air is thin. But why do I recall that now? An irrelevant thought that would not fade even if cast away. It's not just the feeling of hatred that remains, but the scenery that has burned into my eyes as well. Stop screwing around. Why am I remembering this kind of place? There shouldn't be anything. There shouldn't be anything there. Nothing. Can't let my heart waver. It's too late now. I can't allow myself to embrace something like sentimental thoughts. It's not like the past has changed just because I remembered it. It mustn't turn into something beautiful out of some mistaken sentiment, some mistaken fantasy. I affirm the way they are. I mustn't think about that which aren't mine. I mustn't think that things which aren't mine belong to me just because of nostalgia. Your pride is in having nothing. Your meaning is in being nothing. When you fabricate something that doesn't even exist, you become no different from a meaningless sacrifice. Even so, it's still true. it's true that nothing existed here. But hadn't I wished for there to be meaning in that? Performance is over before I knew it. As far as my goal of regaining some vitality goes, I can't help but say it was a letdown. And then I realized Caren is standing in front of me. Now that I think about it, does she want something from me? I thought you would no longer be coming here. Same. Wonder why? Must not have been thinking. Here I thought I'd be vitalized, but instead I've been drained. You were the one who said to continue. Did you not like my playing? Yeah, I guess I got no problem with your technique. I'm amazed you can last all the way through, all wrapped up in bandages like that. I'm impressed. Hey, wait. Could it be that you're actually really good at playing the organ? I can boast that I am second to none. Finding my strong points is my hobby. You seem confident for once. You see. So you were good at it, huh? I've done something rude. What would she do if I had said I'd been appreciating it What would she do if I said I'd been appreciating it with the same mindset as watching a school play? I'm glad you understand. Incidentally, I would like to hear about that, which part of my performance you didn't like. Well, the part where I get sleepy from listening to it. I'm not saying to use electricity, but you should try to liven it up a little bit. Also, that whole accepting of everything style is boring. I want to hear you really rail against the establishment. Like, get so emotional you start kicking the keyboard. And it'd be perfect if you had some heavy distortion. Isn't it the fault of the piece rather than myself? Furthermore, perhaps the person listening has bad taste as well. Yeah, what is this audience member being... What, is the audience member being rude? To the point of being beyond words. But there's nothing in my vocabulary to express it. I turn away and try not to laugh. I thought this was a hard woman to understand, but I see she reacts like this when you poke at something she's proud of. What? It's nothing. Just dealing with something that welled up a bit. You're kind of stubborn, aren't you? Your music teacher must have had a hard time training you. Please do not make assumptions about me, about your standards. Besides, I should have already related my personal history to you. Because I have been isolated, wouldn't you think that I am self-taught? Surely you must at least have a music teacher. There are proper rules in your sound, something like the will of the player that has been passed through the hands of many people. Your organ isn't something played for yourself, right? Your playing is woven for many people, a universal style music. Only technique can be refined through self-study. A genius can't construct a concept that transcends time. If those who shine through their talent are the flowers of the tree, then those who shine through their heritage become the trunk and nurture the tree. Well, leaving aside that sort of complicated talk, having someone teach you is the fastest way to improve. You'd probably prioritize practicality over appearances. Ah, fuck. That's why I meant by being stubborn. I think you're the type that does her best for something she really likes, but... I can agree with your conjecture. However, it is true that, as a special exception, I had an instructor that time set aside for me to learn music, although I did run into a few problems along the way. See? You didn't get discouraged even when being scolded. as though you don't really take any damage. There's something in you that other people just can't change. Who's the one that said that she had no self again? Really, all you church folk are so thick-skinned. Wicked laughter. Huh? What's putting me in such a good mood? I don't know if it's because of the entertainment or if it's just because I'm feeling a bit careless, but I'm getting a bit high. On the other hand, she became stiff and stood still. It seems that something had struck home for her too. Am I really that thick-skinned? Yeah, enough to rival your predecessor. She looks a bit stiff as she searches for words. As I slur my own words. I observe this rare mode of clumsiness. Perhaps I'm in an uplifting mood because my senses are relaxed. The desires I pretended not to see up until now begin to pulse in unison with my heartbeat. There's a subtle sound like the tearing of thin vinyl. The scent of blood spills out from the bottom of her vestments. What's wrong? Period? It is only a wound opening up. I apologize, but, yeah, I'll move back row. Sorry. My fault. There we go. I moved to the seat behind me. Now that I'm a bit farther away, the scent of blood is fainter. Must be tough on you. Still wandering the streets at night even with your wounds opening up? That's right. I recall you dutifully come searching for me at the night on the 4th day. And that is right. Until the recreation of the Holy Grail War ends, every 4th night I must go into the streets. No, it's probably that, huh? Take that out then. It's not really useful to me. Ooh. And there. Keep that thing. Leave that out. Okay. Of course, that's not the sole reason for my fatigue. Recently, I have started the limitation of a demon exorcism. Oh. Wasn't actually paying attention. To be honest, just because the smell of blood is fainter now doesn't mean that I'm completely in control. For instance, my eyes are fixated on the wounds hidden by those white bandages, and by those slender arms and shoulders that seem as if they'd break just by being held down, or even by her white belly, wet with blood that surely is fresh and in season like those sweet fish skewers. Is the exorcism going well? No, not in the least. I performed many exorcisms before now, but I have to say this kind of case is a first for me. So this one's a toughie. Red blotches surface on her bandages. Luscious. Raw. I thought that she was like a doll, but she was plenty fresh and rare. In terms of strength, it would be among the weak. But there is only one thing different about it, and that is throwing me off. I mean, this demon is harsh with me. What, doesn't it go without saying that demons are harsh? No. As a rule, demons are gentle. Rude. Let's see. There. Ooh. Yeah, whatever. Depending on perspective, one can view them as allies to humans. Oh, wait. As a rule, demons are gentle, but regardless of the result, there are the imaginary element that understands one's pain and attempts to remove it. Depending on perspective, one can view them as allies to humans. No matter what happens, they do not rebuke a human. feel like she's tempting me. Her hands are folded in prayer, fingers intertwined. Her wounded body reminds me of... And yet this is something dedicated to God, not intended to be offered to a demon. Someone who does nothing but accept things as they are. A convenient sacrifice that accepts sin without reason. This is bad if I don't switch out of this mind. The impulse will end up breaking down my shell. Is something wrong? You don't look well. Anyway, about what you were saying, you've never seen a case like this. Oh. I'm fine, just feeling a little anemic. Anyway, about what you were saying, you've never seen a case like this before, so in other words, it's interesting? Not at all. The only thing unexpected is how irritating it is. Be worth a trade. Say over there. Oh. Oh well. Honestly, perhaps I've had enough. Even though I intervened on my own accord, it doesn't seem like I can do much about it. I wonder if it would be fine to withdraw around here. Whichever. Do what you want. Well, it's not like I said you're fickle or irresponsible. It is true, but... See, you're harsh. Harsh, she says. The first time I've been told that. I think I've been told before that I'm someone who is patient and someone who's impatient. But which one was called by which? Still can't switch. This one's a formidable opponent. I wonder whether she can see me with those golden eyes. It is impossible to think that my cocoon is on the verge of collapse with just 4 encounters. By any chance, did you take that seriously? Huh? I look up at her. My apologies, I merely wanted to try teasing you a little. Do not worry, I will not abandon you halfway through. After all, to be your guide is the role I have assigned myself. Yeah, come to think of it, our relationship was originally just to exchange information. The first time was helpful, but it's been fairly useless since then, so I forgot. That is because you talk about unrelated matters. If only you would talk about something important, I can give you my counsel. That's so. But there's nothing left that I should ask about. The relationship between Shirou and Caren had already been settled by the 3rd visit. Sorry, but it's already just about over. Getting back to what you said earlier, actually. By now it should be okay for you to withdraw. As for the exorcism, I guess give up and look to your next catch. Ooh, okay. There. Where's there? That's the end of it. Soon even this relation will come to an end. I understand this is a foolish question. Nevertheless, are you fine with that? Of course I am. That's why I've gone through all this. Is that by your own will? For what purpose do you seek to resolve this wish? Isn't it obvious? Because I'm Shirou. At least, just this once, so I want to try to help someone. I have no doubts. My answer from the 2nd visit was what I truly, sincerely believe. I take my leave. I want to think that even by being able to say those words just now made this time meaningful. Wait. Can't hang around any longer. Without pause, I head for the door. You are nothingness. As long as there is something unborn, something unknown, you can continue to exist. There aren't many gaps left. Might as well fill them in quickly. But once everything has been born, you have nowhere to go. The closer these days come to ending, the more you lose your radiance. I'm not losing it. It's just that you will lose interest in this world and return to your original state of nothingness. However, to my original proper form, that's all. Good. Talking about the angry mango then? Interesting. Not even anything particularly notable in walking? Alright, sure, man. Nothing, huh? Can we get anything going? So just call it a day. I finally cornered myself into mainlining the main story. I never thought I'd see this day. Anytime soon, anyway. Ataraxia feels so big that it feels like took a lot of getting to get here. The outskirts. Oh, do I need to do like one last thing here? Maybe it's something not in the morning on this last day, but something in the afternoon. Anyway, whatever. Let's talk to her maids. Let's go check out the lobby first. At this time of day, Liz and Sella should both be here. Laserette, have you not finished putting the wine cellar in order? Having lain unused for 10 years, if something were to happen now, it would be too late to address the problem, would it not? You may leave mending the walls for another day, but begin your survey of the cellar at once. Work here's first. No one uses wine cellars, so Elia is not troubled even if collapses. It couldn't be that Milady said as much herself? That it is permissible to leave the basement in that state? Not really. Before where nobody goes, I clean where everyone sees. Because Elia would be sad if she finds a crack in the wall. I should think that would go without saying. Finding cracks in the walls of an old castle where one is staying is a fairly clear omen of misfortune ahead. Dear me, whatever possessed Milady to want to take up residence in such a remote forest is entirely beyond me. But as remote as it is, I see that it has not stopped you from showing up here all the same. Emiya Shirou? Well, me? She suddenly called my name. Or perhaps I should say that she finally realized that I was here. Shirou? Ah, it is. Hello, Shirou. Guten Tag. Hey, Liz. Guten Tag. The two of us exchange these idiotic greetings. There's a secret greeting between Liz and me. One that Sella doesn't quite care for, it seems. Her name is Laisret, Emiya-sama. Please don't abbreviate it in such a disdainful fashion. Both Milady and we possess special names. It is unpleasant to have a commoner like yourself address us in such a familiar way. Shirou, don't mind. Sella just feels left out and jealous because nobody gives her a nickname. Quiet, Laisret. Emiya-sama, what Laisret said just now was nothing but pure nonsense. Please do not mistake it for the truth. That's so. I guess I should call you Sella-san then. That way it sounds more like a nickname too. Please do be quiet, Emiya-sama. Our relationship is not so friendly that I would permit you to address me with a name like Sella-san. I made her angry. Well, it's true that it's easier for me to just call her Sella. Please excuse me, Emi-sama. We've been much too busy with our tasks to come to receive you properly when you arrived. Might we ask what business you have coming here? I do not believe you have made any arrangements to meet with Milady today. No, we didn't arrange anything. I just happened to find myself in the area and thought I'd drop by. I see, Shirou, policeman. Here to make sure Ilya is safe? I guess you could say that, but I mean, Berserker's here too. He's more patrolman than I am. The town feels a lot safer recently. Rather than a patrol, it's more like I felt coming over just for fun. Look well, Einzbern. Such a creature is a man. What reason could a being which cares only for its fellow objects have for concerning itself with Milady? Nah, Shirou just feels shy, probably. Sella hates humans too much. Called out for being human-phobic. Let's do that over there. Such is my role. Are we not charged with Milady's protection? I exist to protect her pride and honor, and you protect her body from harm. So what, may I ask, is this? You have let your guard down in the presence of not just any human, but the son of Emi Kiritsugu, with whom you exchanged such overly familiar greetings. Should you not bear that pretty petty criminal just as much hatred as I? Yeah, I hate Kiritsugu. Not fair to Shirou, but Kiritsugu was a bad human. Sure, Shirou has some thoughts on that. Kind of wanted to be there. Go. There's no hatred to be felt in those awkward words. Liz's sole reason for hating Kiritsugu is that he made Ilya cry. And also killed her in that one continuity, but maybe we don't focus too much on that one specific one. Yeah. I can't really disagree with her there. I feel the same way about him after all. That's okay, Liz. It's only natural that you guys can't forgive the old man for what he did. Or that you'd condemn me as his son. Seems you are not as thoughtless as your appearance would suggest, though I are quite perceptive. Yeah, well, I am my father's son after all, and I intend to take care of the responsibilities he left me with. So I'll accept that you hate me, Sella. But to take it as far as hating all humans by association is... And what if I do indeed hate all humans? Do you find such a thing unpardonable? No, I'd be happy if you reconsider, though. It's not really like you, is what I thought. How insincere. In what manner is holding such a belief not like me? It just isn't. It'd be like saying that since you don't like apples, you hate all fruit. Just way too prejudiced. Prejudiced, you say? Yeah, Sella prejudiced. The two of us nod in unison. I suppose, as you say, I should be true to my own sense of aesthetics. I shall endeavor to be more exacting in my hatred, and to justify my reasons for hating that which I hate. Then please excuse us, Emi-sama. The two of us have our tasks to attend to. Today, work all done. Sella lying. We better get tea ready for Shirou properly. Where can I put this? I'll put it there. There. There's no room for that. Or we can just come there. Have you not heard a word of what I've said to you? I told you not 5 minutes before to finish seeing to the wine cellar. Have you already forgotten? Sella, emotions getting in way of duties. If you want to organize so much, do it yourself. I have done and will do as much as I can. Tasks requiring brute force fall under your jurisdiction. Slender arms like mine are ill-suited to reorganizing the wine barrels. Lie number 2. Sella's scared of basement. Just doesn't want to go in wine cellar. Sella's really... Wait just a minute, Lizret. You're in the presence of a guest. Sweetie, our rambling is very instant. Guess what, Shirou? Sella's so proud, but really super scared of go... Yeah, I'm not. Absolutely not. Such a thing is fabrication. Forget this, Shirou. Purge this nonsense you have just heard from your mind immediately. Throughout all this mayhem, Sella never once laid a hand on either of us. Her professionalism is to be admired. It was really something. Definitely the kind of thing that would earn you a few sharp raps on the head from Tosaka if she were here. Lizret, I demand an explanation from you as well. Refute those baseless and delusional ramblings at once. And then remove yourself to the wine cellar post-haste. Fine. I'll go with you. So not scared, right, Sella? As I said in the first place, I am not scared. Enough. Cannot depend on the likes of you any longer. I shall sort out the wine cellar by myself. See if I don't. It's alright. Not scared. Not, for how could we the only... I'm not. For how could one of the world's only completely natural homunculi ever be scared of ghosts? Sella's face is showing more emotion than I've ever seen in her before. The way she's trying to psych herself up for the task is almost enough to invite sympathy. Is that where the ghosts come out? Oh. Is that where the ghosts come out? That's so. In forest recently, ghosts began appearing from time to time. After that, when Ilya was playing at night, I saw a demon ghost or something in basement. No such thing could have happened. Even said in jest, this is Castle Einzbern. I cannot speak for the spirits of its masters now departed, but surely no lovely ghost would be able to gain entrance. And I shall approve it too, that it is so. Ooh, Sella. Good job, good job. Praise is completely unnecessary. I am going to simply check the condition of the wine cellar. Guess the wine cellar's in the basement. In the basement of a castle. Sure sounds like it'd be pretty scary. Pretty brave of Sella to say she'll go check it out by herself. Still. What is it, Emiya-sama? You seem to have something to say. Well, if you say you're going to prove that there aren't any ghosts, wouldn't doing it right now be pretty meaningless? Oh, are you saying you need to wait until it's, like, dark and scary to prove outright that there's no ghosts? Ilya saw it at night, didn't she? So wouldn't that mean that the ghosts only appear at night? You demon! How could you even suggest that I do such a dreadful thing? What would you have me do if I ran into a ghost down there? Like I thought. Afraid of ghosts? Sella stops in her tracks. Oh, I solely misjudged you, Shirou. To incite Lizret in this fashion, and to cast such implausible doubts on me. The only one doing any inciting around here is Sella herself. And on top of that, what she's doing now is little more than a suicide mission. So be it. If you insist on going that far, then wait and see. I shall go alone to the basement at midnight tonight and see for myself. Though the task is not my responsibility, I will serve to verify that I am right. Just wait and see, Emiya Shirou. You shall know that as Idiosfield Sama's... No, as the Einburn's homunculus, I am, without flaw! On she goes. But alright, Liz. This is Sella we're dealing with. She really will go off alone, you know. Probably end up fainting down there in Sella, too. It's okay. Sella's not as strong as Shirou thinks. Gonna come crying back here soon. A little rude to say, but I guess you're right. A little rude to say it just out like that, but hey, whatever. You're the super cool, super capable maid. Where do I want this? That, and there, and there. She smiles almost in delight. Wait, just what is she smiling about? More importantly, Shirou, tea time. I'll got Ilya, so go wait in salon. Ah, thanks, Liz. That'll go on ahead. Okay, Shirou's so honest. Very good. He starts up the central staircase. Probably to call Ilya. I'll head for the salon then. Coming all the way out here is pretty tiring, and I did hope I'd be able to leave with have tea with Ilya and Liz. Not Sella, though. Sella will probably come back at the end, too, and that should be quite the fun afternoon. Just having fun. And then we already got that, yeah. Twilight Castle, stay for the night. Hotel Einzbern. Go to sleep cursing Sella. Fuck it. Oh, that's right. We were sequestered up here. Like a criminal or something. It's not like I really have anything to do, but I'll stay up a little while longer. After a reception like that, it won't be so easy for me to calm down enough to sleep. Time's past 10 p.m. In defiance of this late hour, I glare at the stain of the wall, which I realize is shaped not unlike a human corpse. I lie on the mattress for an hour. Having held back indignation at my shabby treatment before, there's nothing to do but suck it up and go to sleep. It's cold. Hurts. It's sleep. Not mentally, I am physically unable to fall asleep. Oh. That's supposed to be Sella's terrifying plan to crush the spirit of Shirou, one who sleeps in a storehouse as part of his daily routine. Seriously, it's getting cold in here. You could use another blanket at least. She was like, I sleep in shit conditions all the time. You'll never make me crack. Oh well. An issue I've never given much thought to has become a matter of life or death. I'll slip out just for a minute and look for something I can use as a blanket. That'll be fine. My heavy footsteps ring out in the sounds of the icy corridor. My apprehension grows with every step I take. I never gave much thought to what a castle at night would be like, but now that I'm here, and all alone at that, I'm starting to feel surprisingly little uneasy. Huh? Oh, just the wind. Just the wind. I'm on the 4th floor of the castle after all. No wonder the wind up here is stronger. This is bad. I can feel terror mounting by the second. Forget going down to the lobby. At this rate, I'll end up fleeing back to the storeroom before I get to the 3rd floor. Interesting. And the one to blame for all this is, of course... That's hellish. She sure is thorough, isn't she? Staring at the lights at the store wasn't good enough for you, huh? I see you didn't rest until the entire hallway is pitch black. That's right. The Einzbern castle, which knows no sleep, has gone mysteriously dark tonight. I'm guessing it's not because they suddenly decided to save on energy costs either. More than likely it was done for the sole purpose of harassing me. Well, you did kind of bring it on yourself, brother. Finally. Damn it. You think this is all just... You think this is all takes to beat me? Fear of a scary castle and it's just the thing to get you to learn magic, or so they say. Trembling at the sound of my own footsteps, I advanced down the hall. Almost at the stairs. If I can make it down to the first floor, everything will work out one way or another. Most of the doors down there should be locked, but the salon's usually left open. Once in there, I should be able to pick up as many makeshift blankets as I like. Oh, all right, the lights are on. Sick. Sick nasty. Oh, now I run out of space. That's fun. Ooh. I guess not even Sella would go so far as to turn on the lobby lights. Calm down, calm down. Maybe kind of scary since it's so wide open, but after that hallway, this is nothing. Great, let's go. I feel my steps grow lighter as I head down the central staircase. The salon should be that way. Seeing how bright the lobby is, there should be plenty of light spilling over to the salon soon. Oh, shit, no. I didn't read that one. No, I did that. How naive of me. Something about this place is just unsettling. The Rococo interior blanketed in the darkness is so eerie that I almost... How do you know what Rococo is? I'm not saying Shirou's like dumb or uneducated, but like... Whatever. The Rococo interior blanketed in the darkness is so eerie that I almost expect to see the elegant ghosts of departed aristocrats waltzing around. Enough of this. Don't care anymore. Tablecloth, anything. As stealthily as I can, I enter the room. The sound of my footsteps is concealed completely by the plush carpet, but the perfect silence that results is even scarier. If it's this soundless, there's nothing to warn me if someone were to suddenly appear behind me. Wait. Did I hear something just now? I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah. That I did. In the furthest corner of the room, near the glass-fronted cabinet, something white is moving. Is it Ilya? Oh boy. Seems like all sorts of unwelcome visitors have been appearing in the castle lately. The ghosts that wander through the forest. The monster Ilya said she saw in the cellar. And here, lurking in the parlor where the outside light can't reach. I drop into a crouch and slowly creep further into the room. Using the table as a shield to try and keep a vantage point that will let me escape the moment I move, and any moment move closer. Who's back there? And who on earth are you? Yeah, I thought so. Huh? Like meeting a blind date for the first time, we stare blankly at each other. I see. So you were unable to bear the cold and ended up coming here down to the first floor in search of a blanket, you say? I must apologize. I figured too easily that those from outside the castle are accustomed to sleeping in warm environs. Yeah, that's right. So it'd be great if you could lend me a blanket. Understood. I shall bring one without delay. Sella acknowledges my request without a fight this time. It almost seems anticlimactic, but as long as I finally get a blanket, I have no complaints. Forgive the sudden change of subject, but I must apologize once again. Even the darkness of the interior of the parlor late at night, mistaking you for a burglar was inexcusable, Kamiya-sama. Oh, no problem. I almost did the same before I realized you could be down here. I was convinced it might be a good... Forgive the sudden change of subject, but would you be taking breakfast tomorrow morning? Am I correct in assuming that you would prefer rice rather than bread? No, I'll be fine with bread. Bread's fine. Then it is settled. If there's anything else, please kindly inform me now. Sella speaks very briskly. She's certainly living up to her image of the refined, efficient maid, but... No, nothing else I really need. As soon as I have the blanket, I'll just go back to my room, so... I held out my hand expectantly, and kind of a little rudely, if I say so myself. Is there something you need, Amiya-sama? Like I said, the blanket. You don't have to bring it all the way up to the 4th floor for me. I'll just take it here. Forgive the further sudden change of subject, but at what time will you rise in the morning, Amiya-sama? If you require a wake-up call, then I will see to it that one is arranged for you. What worries me is this. It really seems like Sella is obstinately refusing to give me the blanket. I got it. I'll go back to my room. Just bring the blanket as soon as you can, okay? Bidding her goodnight with that, I turned to head for the staircase. Are you free now? I'm going to find a maid blocking my way. I am asking you if you have the time on your hands. Did you hear a single word of what I just said? Understood. In that case, I have a task for you. Over to the left of the stairs. Do you see it? Right at the end of the hallway, you will find a staircase leading to the cellar. At the bottom of the stairs, there is a wooden door. Please go through it. Make one circuit of the room within and return here. Hold on. Isn't that the wine cellar you were talking about this afternoon? Indeed. That is its proper name. What of it? So let me get this straight. You're telling me to go out and find out what's going on for you? I truly regret that I have more pressing matters to attend to at this time and cannot spare a moment to patrol the wine cellar. So, just so I know, what happens if I refuse? In that case, I believe I may not be able to deliver the blanket to your room, Amiya-sama. That's low. You planned this from the very beginning, you dirty maid. Why, not at all. Needless to say, we shall keep this matter private to ourselves. In any case, if one is to state the facts, we have secretly met at night. I do acknowledge that this may be inconvenient for you as well, Amiya-sama. What is this? So what kind of maid are you? You coerce a guest into doing your job, then blackmail him into silence on top of that? You want to keep Liz from finding out that badly, don't you? No. You want to keep Liz from finding out that badly, don't you? Silly. Okay, no, never mind. You want to keep Liz from finding out that badly, don't you? Kind of silly. You need to act tough. Just come right out and ask. Even Liz probably wouldn't laugh at you for that. Probably. This particular matter is none of your concern, Amiya-sama. So what shall it be? Will you undertake this task or not? I'll do it. But on one condition. You have to come with me for part of the way. You have to anyway, unless you want to lose face with Liz. Why, that's just utterly true. Will accompanying you as far as halfway down the stairs be satisfactory? I guess that's fine. Alright then. So make sure to bring me that blanket after I'm through though, okay? Yes, I shall arrange to have one of our finest blankets conveyed to you. That takes care of that. Let's go check out that cellar and get this over with. We make our way down the stairs. The staircase is wider than I expected it to be. Must be at least 2 meters across. Damn, that's a wide-ass staircase. Amiya-sama, I would like to add a condition of my own. What? What is it? Whatever you may encounter down there, speak not a word of it to me afterwards. I turn instinctively. It's too dark for me to see Sella's face from here, but I can tell that she's sticking close behind me as we proceed. The way she's clenching at the hem of my shirt, it kind of gave her away. Oh. So no matter what happens or what I see down there, you don't want to hear about it. As you say, whether anything should happen or not, do not speak a word of what you have seen. A simple statement as to whether you encountered any danger or not will suffice. She's being so insistent about this that it's gone past being surprised by it to the point where I almost feel a kind of kinship with her now. Almost. As you wish. That's far enough, Sella. You can wait for me here. I'll go down there now and check it out. Thank you most graciously. And remember, Emiya-sama, above all else, keep your lips sealed at the state of the Sella, and most tightly into that. Silence is golden, as they say. A desperation started to show through her speech. I leave Sella behind and descend to the bottom of the stairs. Now to find the door. This must be it. My hands fumble through the dark until they come up against the solid wood of the door. Point of order, Shirou. What the fuck was that squishy sound that just happened just now? All I had to do now is go through. Can't turn back now. Can't learn magic if you're afraid of ghosts, as they say. Bring up some courage as before I push on the door. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. Not as much as a speck of dust anywhere. They do quite a thorough job looking after this place. Lights are out and I can't get a good look. The room is packed full of what seem to be wine barrels. I expected it to smell a lot more strongly of alcohol than this. I take a few slow, careful steps forward, sharpening my senses as I probe around the darkness. Everything's in order. Well, it's certainly the right atmosphere for the ghost or two to appear. I don't feel any curses, unresolved grudges, or anything of the sort in the air either. This is nothing but a perfectly normal and healthy, yet slightly eerie wine cellar. I told her it's just a regular wine cellar. Something's there. Oh, shit. Something dreadful is waiting for me in the dark. An intimidating aura that sends goosebumps throughout my whole body. There's no ordinary ghost. What I see is a very real pair of fangs just waiting to get me. A monster that can kill a man in one strike. It's here? Sella, it's here. The thing the alias all is really here. Well, Emiya-sama, why would you be running this way? Remember the promise. Be refrained from details. Hold your word to die with honor. Stop talking nonsense. It's terrible, like an evil dragon's severed head on legs. I want to face that in the dark. Please do not jest. There's no way. A creature with a mouth that a third of its body could not possibly exist. There's a ton. Fine, we go to the zoo so you can watch sharks and crocodiles there all day long. Don't come here. The ghost is chasing after you, Emiya-sama. We make it to the ground level alive. Running on sheer willpower, I managed to keep the speed up despite having Sella firmly attached to my left arm. It's coming after us. Sella, where do we run? Second floor. Oh, no, we must not. Let danger befall my lady. Emiya-sama, we outside. There should be fewer victims if we run outside. But I would like to know just who it is that you're planning to sacrifice here. Let's talk about that now. Right, this should be the way out. It's not. That's the courtyard. Enter the way. No return. In other words, the way's dead end. But it's already too late. The two of us run out into the courtyard, while the wine cellar monster ends up getting stuck in the doorway. Wait, it's actually chasing you? It's over. Oh, how foolish of me to solicit the help of a human. We drop on the ground simultaneously. I can hear heavy iron grating against the floor. Already resigned to our fate, we turn to face the monster behind our backs. Oh. Surprised. Is Shirou and Sella friends? 3 stares meet at one point. Lizaret, could it be that the one seen by Emiya-sama in the wine cellar was none other than you? I was just keeping watch over the wine cellar. If someone came in and leave, I chase here. I see. Emiya-sama, do you have anything you would like to add? No, absolutely nothing. In fact, the truth of the matter is just as you can see. No need to explain. mysterious shadow down in the wine cellar had been Liz, and mistaking us for thieves, she ended up chasing us up here. You came in wine cellar, Shirou? That's right. The story I heard earlier today had been bothering me, so I went to check it out. And so, as embarrassing as it sounds, I mistook you for a ghost and ran all the way here. I see. But, Sella, why together with Shirou? Oh, no, myself, you see. As I was running away, I unexpectedly happened to meet Sella in the lobby. Seeing me running around, she got mad and went after me as always. Right, Sella always mad. Luckily, she brought my story without a trace of doubt. Forgive me, Liz. Unfortunately, the don't tell anyone promise with Sella was first. Ahem. Just as Emiya-sama has stated, I had been thinking about visiting the Sella myself. Not considered the possibility of you being there already. But besides that, Lazaret, have you discovered anything unusual in the wine cellar? There was nothing. Just Shirou enter, then leave. Is that so? From the words of Lady Elisfield, who has seen something suspicious, I expected an abnormality to exist. But nothing there. Ghosts not leaving the forest, not entering the castle, it seems. But of course it is inconceivable for a low-class spirit to be capable of entering the Einzbern castle. Should such a phantom exist, there could only be an upper-class, well-known character with a reputation, an apparition that is not much more than a dark shadow is a century too young to even pass under our gate. What a mysterious personality. He's clearly afraid of ghosts, yet does not attempt to deny their existence. What might it be, Emiya-sama? It seems that you would like to add something. Oh no, just talking to myself. That aside, Sella, the ghosts from the forest can't get into the castle, you say? They cannot. The castle's anti-spirit defenses are flawless. Had it been otherwise, there would be quite a gathering of forest souls here, would there not? Uh-huh. So back to that shadow that Ilya saw in the basement. Oh, and by the way, Liz, how long have you been doing things like that? That is at the... Oh. Once in 3 days. That is, the two of us take turns. Oh. That is... Once in 3 days. The two of us take turns. Nevertheless, we do not go down as low as we did tonight. In return for having superior mobility, lays for its weakness in the shortened period of activity. Working day after day without fast causes her to collapse, unfortunately. Yeah, that is, but... Nice rest? Don't tell me. I'm sorry, Sella. Here, other day, when Ilya scared, was going around everywhere. What? So the mysterious shadow that Lady Elisfield had seen, was he all along? Yeah, because Shirou afraid and ran away. Probably. I sure did. Bumping into a huge, wicked-looking halberd strolling around in the dead of night would catch even Ilya off guard. Lazaret, you... Sella's anger is understandable. Surely there are more peaceful ways of patrolling at night. Why would you do something like this? Do you not understand the limitations of your body? Yes, but have to do my best for Ilya. Castle warm. Ilya happy. What a loyal servant. Doing everything to protect Ilya's peace of mind. She ends up patrolling the place like this every night. That's admirable. You really are fond of Ilya, aren't you? Yes, Ilya happy, me happy too. Ugh, truly a model maid. I suddenly get an urge to go and pat her on the head. I believe the matter to be clear now. In light of your devotion to my lady, the events of tonight shall be overlooked. Sella, man. But of course, should you prefer my anger to not develop any further, you shall retreat to your room and have some rest immediately. Your body is not yours alone. Do you understand what I am saying, Lazarette? I'm sorry, Sella. I go back. Liz walks out of the courtyard, unsteady on her feet. From the back, she looks not too unlike a puppy that's just been abandoned. Sella, wasn't that just a little overboard? She was working so hard for Ilya's sake all this time. Therein lies the problem. Unlike you and me, Liz is unable to change her walking hours whenever she seems fit. Waking hours. Staying up 12 hours per day is no issue for her. As a consequence of exceeding this time, however, her remaining lifespan will be severely affected. Wow, really? Jesus Christ. Einzbern homunculus or no, that's a terrible design. Knowing this fact, would you still ask me to forgive her actions tonight? I see. My bad. I guess I spoke too soon, not really knowing the matter fully. It appears you have indeed recognized your position as an outsider. Please keep this in mind as a lesson, and kindly refrain from unnecessary remarks in the future. There's nothing that I can reply with. It's true that I've been butting in without much thought to the relationship lately. Well, perhaps it could not be helped. That is, you're not entirely unaware of our abilities, Amiyasama. While there is nothing to be done about your lack of talent, with great effort your ignorance can still be overcome. Should you apologize and reflect those feelings towards learning, I would be most delighted. I can't feel the usual sarcasm in her bitter tone. If you set the norm to be 100, just now is only 10 thorns. You could even say that instead of outright hatred, I'm being subjected to a mere scolding. I'll do my best. So what about you, Sella? Will you be alright? You told Liz to have some rest, but you've been up just as long, although you did say something about being different. I did request that you learn from it, yet still all of a sudden. Well, no matter. Being as close to Milady as you are, there are some matters you should be aware of. Lazarette and myself are much like sisters. No. Despite being a pair of homunculi created from the same specimen, we each have a different purpose. While my own body has been made simply as an artificial human, Lazarette is also a mystic code made for Ilya's use. Whereas I am but a servant maid, Lazarette is literally a part of Milady. Part of Ilya? By mystic code, wouldn't you mean the dress of heaven? Really? The external circuit built over a span of 1,000 years by the Einzbern family to obtain the third sorcery. Ilya, who is created as the Lesser Grail, functions as the original and complete. Ilya's feel when she wears original and complete Ilya's feel when she wears the dress. Lazarette is a homunculus that exists for the purpose of letting Milady wear the dress of heaven. Therefore, as a homunculus, she lacks some of the basic abilities. You could perhaps say that she's an Einzbern made pseudo-servant. Wow. In return for excellent combat abilities of familiar, Lazarette has not been endowed with the entirety of the 5 senses. Her awareness of her own self is rather weak as well. So the difficulty Liz has with spoken language isn't due to being unfamiliar with Japanese, but rather... Amiyasama, let us not fall victim to misunderstanding. Lazarette is by no means behind any one of us. Just the same as Milady, there are crystals of Einzbern knowledge. A showcase of success, if you will. If there's anything to regret, it is Master's superiority in the matter. That is, a clump of ether meant to be but an aid in materialization of the original dress of heaven has been giving a soul, imperfect as it may be. It's been around for 2 years since myself and Lazarette have been cast. Going by the years, Lazarette would still be a child. There is no concept of age to homunculi, however. All the necessary knowledge and the purpose of our existence have been given to us since the moment we are born. Unlike humans, such as yourself, we do not require many years to be pointlessly spent growing into adulthood. There's no growth mechanism, is what Sella is saying. That is, they will not mature anymore after this point. Hold on, but Illy is definitely... Milady is a child born from Emiya Kiritsuga's sperm and Lady Irisfield's egg. Indeed, she started off as the same as a human baby. However, her growth has stopped at the present stage. Staying human yet being a homunculus, she is a higher order being, one step above both. From our point of view as homunculi, her existence is no less than a miracle. The lady may not be touched by the primitive, impure beings known as the original humans. There's a hint of intoxication in Stella's voice. So that's where all the attacks come from. It's not that she's being protective of Illy as the Einzbern young lady. Instead, it's genuine pride as the resulting prejudice against me. Wait, 2 years? That means you and Liz are my juniors, doesn't it? As I have already mentioned, the concept of age does not apply to us. We are forever older, yet younger than you are. A perfect homunculus is a touch of nature manifested with a human hand. For as long as this plant remains green, as long as there is mana to be found in the air, there is nothing to threaten our lifespan. Wow. Forever young and immortal? Should the body be destroyed, we will vanish, I'm afraid. In exchange for this greatly extended lifespan, however, our strength as life forms is vastly inferior as well. Lazarette is the one who has overcome this issue, but she is far too strongly attuned to Milady's self. Should Milady cease living as she does, Lazarette will most likely follow suit. I mean, if Ilya dies, so does Liz. That is correct. Lazarette is a part of Milady, a tool for her own use. Thus, like an arm that no longer lives when the body ceases to function, she is bound by the same effect. Nevertheless, there is a positive side too. For Lazarette, whose sense of self-awareness was weak, the link with Milady allowed her to gain reason. She said herself not too long ago, did she not? When Milady is happy, she is happy too. That's true. Really? I guess I'll announce it at the fest tomorrow then, I guess. Her own sense of being weak, by projecting Milady's self into her own, he takes the form of a pseudo-human. The treasured Milady that she must protect is also her own self. And moreover, she does tend to forget about her own body in the process. It is akin to putting the cart before the horse, explained Sella with amazement. So that's why Liz works so hard for Ilya's sake. Unable to grasp her own self. Projecting the hope that is Ilya, the one that grants what she lacked within herself from the start. Say, you said that Liz will share Ilya's fate should she fall in danger, right? So what about you, Sella? Being homunculus all the same. My connection with Milady does not extend that far. Whereas the casting of Lazarette is a mystery known only to the Einzbern, I am a product of of 100 kinds of alchemy myself. While I am perfectly able as a homunculus, I cannot be able to possibly approach the miracles that Milady and Lazarette are. Once they head for their place in heaven, remaining to rot here is my assigned role. Now, what what would that expression of yours be? Sympathy the likes of mere humans is not something I could recall ever seeing. While I do not intend to boast, lacking in physical ability, my magic circuits are one-of-a-kind creation. Receiving pity from a human, let alone one known as Shirou, who is but half a magus, should be simply unthinkable. Sella's Ilia's teacher as well as magecraft instructor, it would seem. A maid specializing in teaching magic to someone like Ilia. I can certainly see myself as being a pretty pathetic specimen of the human race in her eyes. Half a mage, is it? And I've been training pretty hard, too. Guess I'm still like a featherless chick in your eyes. Please. Chick that has barely learned to move is what you still are, Emiya-sama. I could not possibly entrust my lady to your care yet. She turns away. Guess even talking me down, she's still in a good mood. I wonder if something good happened. Somehow I think I saw a hint of a smile in her profile. Oh, this reminds me. As I promised, a blanket has been arranged for you. I trust it'll have been delivered to your room by the time you return. Ah, cool, thanks. With Liz here, I totally forgot. In that case, please excuse me as I take my leave here. You have my gratitude for the wine cellar and the courtyard. Shall there be anything you further require, I shall respond in kind. Her back straight as a broom handle, Sella briskly walks away. Well, all right then. I guess I should go back to my room, too. After all that's happened, my body and my mind are tired. I ought to fall asleep in no time. Good night. And we're out. Okay. Oh, shit. Wow. Another one? Okay, sure. I was thinking of, like, going fast through till we get to the fourth day, which is where I assume everything's going down. The last time. I thought last time was going to be the last time, but I guess this is the last time. Angra isn't going to come out, is he? The heavens are high, the earth is wide, expressing life in song, far and wide. The resounding song of joy, the melody of kindness that overlaps praying. Her performance doesn't falter even for a moment. The performer, as if welcoming her visitor, smiles for a brief instant. I sit down on the dilapidated pew. In the end, so as not to sink into this kindness, I shut my eyelids. Endless days spent deciding who to hate. The boundless hatred, however, was unable to decisively pick out anyone. That is the fate of the artificially formulated malice. Unable to become the demon they had hoped for, it reflects the image of humans like a mirror. All the evil in the world. What a joke. It's just another name for humanity. Look at the mirror you've created. All of our sins are fabricated by people. Rejoice, child of man. You can reproduce any evil. But malice is not what frightens us. What we continue to fear is the weakness of ourselves who enshrined it. Feeling joy in throwing rocks. Numbing the feelings. Paralyzing morality. And becoming something ugly. In this cruel world, we cannot live without hate. We will remain uncured for all eternity. Looking into ourselves, we see a pack of repulsive carnivores. Our teeth bite and shred anything that comes in, as if no different from a tank of monsters. If anybody looked into the depths of themselves, they would vomit the filthiness of living. And yet, the world is overflowing with beautiful things. Humans are overflowing with beautiful things. And who could deny that? Creatures simply a fill, defying their original purpose by continuing to suffer. A silent anguish, a contradictory contrivance of possessing both good and evil. The grating of gears becomes sparks that bloom and die. Small, last hope, unreliable though it may be, that continues turning in the dark night. In this nothingness, to me, it was dazzling. What a misunderstanding. A self-righteous utopia. What's ugly is simply ugly. The only beings who manage to find beauty in ugliness are humans. And even that sentiment is washed away in the blink of an eye. But that's enough for me. If the radiance only lasts a moment, that is enough. In the midst of this eternally existing evil, if I could embrace emotion, even if it was false, then that light was real. What a reoccurring motif. That's right. Since antiquity, people have thought the concept of stars is something they can depend on. I too reach out my hand for all eternity and continue to gaze at that eternally elusive moment. That's why, at the very least, when I'm still human, I'd like to do something human. I didn't leave anything. In this false void in which I could have saved nobody, I wish for some sort of meaning. I felt that it was beautiful. That's right. You are correct, Emi Shirou. Even if the sinfulness of your mistakes and sentimentality sears my eyes, I too wanted to yearn for something that I felt was beautiful, just as you do. I just wanted to try yearning for it. There's a curtain of stars in the sky. A long musical performance ends, and a dry sound rings throughout the ruins. Crack, crack, crack. It isn't the sound of a fire crackling. The dry sound is coming from my hands. In short, I'm clapping for some reason. And while I clap, the woman before me stands up. Instead of the usual sour look on her face. That is good. Thank you for listening. For the first time, she puts on a feminine smile. One meant to bid farewell, no doubt. Seriously? She's always been standing there like she wanted something, and yet something so trivial was enough? So even a whim like this can make people smile, huh? Beat. Guess the one who needed the ability to read the mood was me all along. Yo, you're going on surprisingly long today. It's already way past sunset. Your body alright? Yes, because your heart is calm now. If you keep your distance, there is no problem. That's not what I meant. You've been pedaling for hours. I'm just asking if you're tired. I like that she's like... We know she's like an exorcist that's like... reflects the demons, right? Shirou is possessed by a demon. Maybe this is the clue, and I'm just an idiot. I see. My body is not tired. If you wish, I could keep this up all day. Ooh, that's amazing. Sugoi. I'll pass. No. Subarashi. Oh, whatever. I'm not really that bored. The few hour-long performance left me immersed in my juvenile sentimentality. If I listened to this 24 hours straight, I would surely regress to childhood. Still, I wonder what's up. This place is a total ruin, huh? I look around the chapel. It's the only rundown place in the brilliant, prosperous city of Fuyuki. Among the all-inclusive cast, there is but a single person missing. Kotomine Kyrie. He's the only one not included in this reproduction. Because in the Fifth Holy Grail War, that man surviving until the end is not a possibility included in any of the outcomes. Fate Route, he was the one I had to kill. In UBW, Lancer kills him. And in what's it called? Heaven's Feel. Again, I had to kill him, but like at a different context. On surviving the Fourth War, he was promised certain death in the Fifth. The girl before me took advantage of that to intervene in the reproduction. Kotomine isn't here. The role of Holy Grail War Supervisor remains. That is how Caren Hortensia slipped into the vacant spot. Hey, the actual 4 days... No, that's not right, huh? In real life, is this church like this too? It hasn't fallen this far into ruin. I think it would be cleaning up around now. I see. Then what's the you that is here? I thought for sure the actual you would be coming. I am someone who wasn't here originally, so I can't interfere as an entity. I just inserted Caren Hortensia as a factor into this closed garden. I am limited to an existence of 4 days. In exchange, I can exist here without the need for loops or retries. At the same time, when the 4 days expire, I will disappear. Something like a servant, then? Definitely the real thing, but as soon as your summons come to an end, you disappear without being able to inherit your memories? And that is correct. Talking to you here will have no effect on whatsoever on the me that is outside. People like Shirou and Sakarin, who were here from the start, will retain memories from the form of dreams or deja vu, but my memories will remain here. Well, that's basically dying, isn't it? Aren't you scared? When you are dreaming, do you feel reluctant to wake up? I guess not. I see. So your very sense of reality is weaker. Yeah, I can see that messing with your head. In a sense, you're like a ghost, ain't you? I am not an illusion. We cannot touch each other, but I am a real entity nevertheless. You of all people should know by witness. You of all people should know that well. How many times have you been pierced by my claws now? I see. Now that you mention it, that was the kind of relationship we had, wasn't it? Huh. So, isn't it kind of hard for you now? I've kind of gotten ambiguous, if I do say so myself. I figured it'd be unbearable to you. I am putting my utmost effort into enduring it right now. Please do not worry about me. I am used to putting up with it. And since you are weak into it now, I am keeping it in check one way or another. Jeez, this relationship sure is a pain. Even though she appeared as a guide, she has a handicap that makes her unable to get close to the person she's guiding. Can't get close to her as anyone but Shirou. And even that line has become rather blurred since I started coming to this church for no reason whatsoever. And then silence. Somehow my primal instincts tells me that things will become real bad if I keep talking. She doesn't seem to care though. Up till now, it has been her who hated silence. Nevertheless, I'm the one who can't stand the silence today. Hey, what does Hortensia mean? I ask all of a sudden. Couldn't really care less about the answer, by the way. In my country's language, it refers to the hydrangea flower. Oh shit. I get a questioning gaze in return. I don't really have anything to comment on. Well, that's a good name. Say something I don't really think. Yes, I do not remember my mother at all, but I like this name. The name Caren I received from the language of my father's country. Now I wish I hadn't asked. I was being sarcastic. Hydrangea flower. I meant that the image of snails oozily gathering underneath the leaves really suited her. Nevertheless, she smiled, saying he was beautiful. Enough. There's nothing left for me to say. There's nothing that I want to say. I didn't come here wanting to do anything. I must be off. Any more than this, and I'll be leaving more than I should behind. You stand up. I turn my back as if tearing myself away from her. Hey. Soon I'll stop coming here, you know. There's no need to say it. No need to ask. So why? You gotta live like that from now on, too? Why am I curious about something I already know the answer to? Yes. I do not know of any other way. If it is my fate, then I am simply to abide by the decision. Hydrangea flower. A beautiful song of silver. An early dawn prayer battered countless times by rain. Don't make me laugh. What, you're fine with being a living sacrifice? It may be harsh, but this is a meaningful sacrifice. I have no need to grieve rationally, since I am the one who's suffering. Because the possession will be saved by my body. Only those other people will be saved by that. It won't just be the anguish of cutting open flesh. The organs, destroyed from the inside out, will become altogether useless. Those dull golden eyes. Along with her right thigh, which is incapable of even running. Even her pliant fingertips, still able to play a prayer. Sooner or later, they'll cease to function ever again. And yet she says she's fine with that. Accepting it all. It's like some idiot I know of. Yet, that's why I said I wish I hadn't said it. Man, right at the very end, she wound up making me realize it. I've seen this before. This woman has no color of her own, just like a white flower. I feel like a bee that's found a blossom. My lips part on impulse. My voice escapes automatically. I'm hungry. Excuse me, what did you just? Sudden, I know, but I'm hungry. Give me some mercy, sister. What are you planning to do? Or something cute along those lines. I don't think I even need to say at this point. What do you mean, what? I just think I'm gonna eat you now. It's quite simple, really. I'm hungry, so I want nourishment, magical energy. The woman correctly grasps what I'm trying to say. I know exactly how she's going to answer, even if I wish I didn't. The white flower always lets herself get dyed in some other color. Why, you said you had no such desires before. Who knows? I'm hungry, so I'm going to eat. That's how having an appetite works. I just... I've just become unable to resist something any longer. So I'm going to eat this woman. Are you sane? I'm sure you're aware of what will happen if you touch me with such intentions. Of course I'm aware. If I lay a finger on the woman out of hunger, she'll react to my possession and I'll be injured. I might be able to feed on her magical energy, but I'll take on a ton of damage at the same time. That's the logic of it. That's the rule. Normally I'd probably die. What's more, the disguise I went to all the trouble to keep up for so long would be torn off, leaving only hideous remains. Do you really believe I'm worth that much? That's what the woman is saying. That's what the flower is saying. Deliberately avoiding the question and with my back still turned. I'm so hungry, I feel like I'm gonna die. Details don't mean a thing to me. You never turn down anyone asking you for something. Ain't that right, sister? I smile nastily as I speak, another meaning hidden behind my words. That's the way you live your life. The only source of pride and hope you've been able to have to get your hands on until now, right? Come on, white flower. Answer me. I dare you. I understand. She answers curtly. Her voice is half sullen, an impulsive resistance to my provocative implications. And it's half steeled, a show of courage mixed with pride and childishness. I turn and face the woman with her half and half expression. I drag her by her bandaged arm and head up the stairs. I climb the narrow staircase up to the woman's room. Just as I expected, the room is gray and lacking any interesting features. Man, what a boring room. But, I see. That light was from your room, huh? Don't be such a prude. You were watching from up here, weren't you? When Emia's Shirou got turned into shish kebab? Or when he got gobbled up? Or when there was nothing left of him but his head like a big old rubber ball? What was going through your head when you watched that all by yourself? I doubt you weren't doing anything. After all, whenever I died, there were demons all over the place. What are you trying to say? Her voice is hoarse. I just took one step forward towards her and she's already like this, huh? She sounds like she's dying of a fever. She can't afford to speak, but she interjects anyway. Not much, really. I've already heard you're no chaste sister, so I'm not blaming you or anything. I'm just stating facts. Whenever you watched the sacrifice from up here, you were getting real hot and bothered all by yourself, weren't you? How dare you? Her face, which had become pointed at the floor, turns to face mine. Is this shame or anger? The woman glares at me, red-faced, looking as if she's about to cry. Not caring, I reach for her. We're close enough to touch already, but those robes are dampening my spirits a bit. They're not very arousing. More importantly, there's a naughty stench of divinity about them. I'm beyond caring at this point. The golden eyes show fear. After sacrificing herself to others countless number of times, what does this woman have to fear now? I'll just do whatever, and then I'll be satisfied. You said you understand. Don't tell me you're getting cold feet now. There's no objection. The woman does not oppose. My face itches with irritation. I scrape hard at my cheekbones with my nails and stare straight at the offering before me. First, I take hold of her arm. I forcibly pull the woman against my chest. With you as you are right now, my body will give in and murder me, huh? I don't care about that right now. If you're gonna kill me, kill me. I'm gonna die, and then I'll die. I'm fine with it. Yeah, okay. You have to take what you're given, right? I'm like you too. We're two of a kind. And I'm gonna have you keep me company one last time. Must be because we're so close. I can feel her breathing go into disarray in an instant. Her legs kick the floor, and I don't care, as if she'd ever overpower me. I put my strength into my arms and get closer to the beat. It's more grappling than embracing. I grab her struggling arms, hold her body in place, bring my face to the nape of her pale neck, and with my fangs, with my sharp canine teeth, I pierce the white flower's throat. I bite into the woman's neck and feed directly off her soul. Without even consciously trying, I can feel the magical energy flowing in through the fangs biting her flesh. The feeling of her body in my arms isn't half bad either. They both suit me just fine. Resistance and shame is mixed in with the woman's breathing. It's quite a girlish response, but that's not what I'm after. All I want is her magical energy, and that's the only reason. All I want is her despair. I don't want to break her for no reason. It's fine either way. It's time to feast upon the prey before my eyes. I don't loosen my grip on her. I insert my fangs just like a red-hot blade to dissolve her from the inside. I make direct contact with her soul and forcibly make her supply the magical energy, or simply plunder it. A normal human would be drained to dry by this point, but just as I expect, she's gotten away with only labored breathing so far, even though the agony she's experiencing is easily enough to kill her. Quite the self-sacrifice. Pained breathing. Her throat twitches. Unaffected, I toy with the woman and drain her. Though the fangs apply to her skin, I endlessly drink her magical energy and take it into me. Physically, at least, it's an embrace. But there's nothing here. Nothing. Not love nor anything else. At most, there's a hunger and self-sacrifice. My function is to take in magical energy, and her readiness to deliver it. It's simply an act to expose this woman, a pact to force her into submission. To a demon, a kiss is that kind of thing. To drag out her soul. Not to swish it out, to stain completely. An act beginning with the desire to destroy that human being. In the case of a creature who knows only hate, I guess you can call it lust. You understand, don't you? We cannot touch each other, yet you still touched me. The woman stirs slightly. None self-defense. Just getting close to her is dangerous. If we touch each other this much, the woman will be unable to hold back and might pierce my body clean through. That's the one. No, that was that one. Control yourself. It's not like you're some cat in heat, so don't. I part my fangs from her neck only slightly and speak. It's a waste of time. Mid-sentence, my fangs push through against her porcelain skin, and I put my weight into my jaw and bite. The woman seems to be restraining her body with all her might. Making no effort to resist my act, she grits her teeth in pain. My mind filled with violent emotion. All the human reasoning I've managed to keep together until now is collapsing. Just as this woman holds back the effects of possession, I'm stopping my mind from crumbling altogether. The woman's problem is simply her body. On my end, the issue is my troublesome heart. She's only concerned with the transfiguring of her body. The fact that the depths of her soul are being infringed doesn't seem to bother her at all. Like a woman being sacrificed, complying with all desires. Your body's gonna split open, huh? Alright. If it's a contest of endurance, I'll be interesting to see who breaks first. This is me off that I'm the one to say it. My brain feels like it would crack at the hatred and impulse. If she says I can mess her up, I'll grant that wish. The trembling woman's voice gets louder, perhaps enduring the pain of being ripped from the inside. Or maybe fearing the terror of being introduced from the outside. There's no point in guessing. Regardless of what it is, the agony will only intensify. If we were born, both normal human beings, I could give her some relief with my arms around her back, for instance, or my fingertips. If we were both normal human beings. We are different. I am different. When it comes to things humans are capable of, I can create the illusion through the shell I wear. But that's all. Seems like her breaths are filled with passion. The woman's body is heating up. Normally having this much magical energy siphoned away would be lethal, so maybe her body's showing some symptoms. The breathing that echoes in the stone room is filled with pain. Even having no voice, it pleads, "Please stop," to the observer. She stops the plea, the fear in her throat, and gazes at the center before her, as if to indicate she's lived like this time and time again up until now. Her eyes turn to me. Her hot breath is close, and her gaze is intermingled for a brief moment. Even though we're touching like this, you're painfully cold. The more severe the pain becomes, the more strength the woman gains to refuse me. Under the surface, this power relationship is backwards. This woman only needs to stop trying to endure the suffering. Then I'd probably be skewered as usual, and she wouldn't be devoured any more than this. Yet she sees to endure the agony to the end. Caren does not refuse. As if praying, "You are the one who is suffering." This still white flower seeks to throw herself onto the pyres like a saint. I laugh. How could I not laugh? What did you do to my neck? I put my strength into snapping my jaws and snake my tongue along her skin. This is the best way to check the flavor. I smell blood. I bite into her once again, being sure to make it hurt. I lessen the magical energy consumption process and dig my teeth in deeper on purpose. She grits her teeth and withstands the pain. The body in my arms, leaning into me, feels so hot, like it's going to melt me. Oops, sorry. How unbelievably warm. Though it should be no different from a dead body, this is almost like... You nasty woman. You're like the flames of hell. I tremble from my core. This fine meat is fitting to be skewered. I hold her tightly. I put my weight into my arms, holding the woman up so my fangs could sink in deeper. I don't care about the woman's body. My knife-sharp canine teeth suck up the magical energy from deep within her in one gulp. Though breathing heavily, she holds it back and speaks. But there's no reason for me to wait. You've already accepted it. If you don't like it, then just let it go. You could kill me at any time. If it's unbearable, you should just hurry up and expose your body so you can relax. I'm fine with accepting you, but... Disordered breathing, in a thin voice like she can't bear it anymore. It's a little forceful. I didn't think it would hurt this much. She's not too pleased with my fangs, apparently. The fire is lit. That just has the opposite effect. Hold back a little. I mean, Shirou. As I said, I don't care. I just want this woman. I think if anything else is a pain. Paying no heed, I devour the magical energy from the nape of her neck. A denying spasm of muscles. The woman arcs sharply, like a bow, as if having just been shocked. I keep swallowing down the magical energy. If the means is already there, that's all that's left is to keep on feeding. Neither technique nor breathing required. I just pierced her overtly soft defenses by force. I don't feel satisfied from the intake of magical energy. The feast begins now. Just now. Only an unpleasant snapping since a paralysis ran up the sides of my body. A stupefied voice. The woman's eyes meet mine in wonder. These eyes in which your image is reflected. Are you alright? What's that supposed to mean? Never heard of anything like a tainted demon being turned into ashes for devouring a holy woman. Huh. Are you alright? That should be what I say when I'm done with you. You're the one who can kill first, you know. I tell her this with my eyes. How long are you gonna keep acting scared? However, looks like on the surface, you're still the one holding the reins here, not me. No, I would never. She answers my gaze aloud. Seems she means to tell me she won't allow herself to be possessed. No matter how strong her will may be, though, her body's gradually turning into that of a soft, flabby woman. The woman fears surrendering herself to her impulses. Probably because if her reasoning becomes weak, she'll be possessed in no time. She bears the pain and reaction of having her body violated to stop herself from killing me. What stupid talk. Just let yourself go until your mind becomes blank and end it already. Fangs again. The flesh of her limbs tear quietly. There's no way she wouldn't be suffering. Having this much magical energy sucked out of her must seriously hurt. A pained voice. Every time I hear this sound, a mass of mud swirling within me grows. It's frustrating. I don't know what it is annoying me. I sink my teeth into the flesh urged on by the ooze, and then at that moment, an unbearable, foreign impulse tears through. My fangs suck the magical energy from her neck. It's as if the magical energy is pure water flowing into my parched throat and body. Not bad. But her anguished cries grow deeper. My ears hear the woman's voice and the sound of flowing magical energy. At this rate, the woman's limbs will likely burst open sooner or later. That's right. Calm down. It's all right. I can still endure. What the hell? Unbearable. I want to kill. I want to break her to pieces. Irritated, I crushed that thought. Right. What's pissing me off is the sensation. The face of the woman bearing this anguish. It could all end with a single thought. The woman was at her limit from the start. If I'm desiring her, she ought to just give. And act like this is nothing but pain. What purpose is there in taking it like this? That's what annoys me. However she reacts to it is all the same to me. I laid my hands on her for the purpose of consuming her to begin with. But this woman has no fear. She just takes it in. Her soft reaction, different from submission. Instead of closing up, she wraps around me. Irritation becomes intense pain and destroys this woman in my limbs. The woman's and my limbs. I lose strength. I suddenly stop caring about everything, and my desire to prey on her magical energy halts to a standstill. I loosen my hold on her ever so slightly. The magical energy in the woman's feverish, earnestly resisting body feels like it's of the utmost quality. If I leave something like this uneaten, I'll never be able to eat anything again for the rest of my life. I separated my fangs from her neck and pulled my body up. Really, I feel like throwing up. As the urge left in my core continues to smolder, I try and keep the willing malice down, not having been satisfied one bit. Maybe a Shirou? With this, is it over? There's only relief. The woman's freed from her austerities and her ragged breathings begin to subside. It's fine. It's fine. So what am I doing? At the start, I only wanted to feed on this woman. Didn't really care about her pain or anything. If the deed is now done, I should naturally have brought relief, so why? Thank goodness, somehow, I endured is perhaps what she wants to say. The woman, while still unable to move her limbs, scans her surroundings. I don't get it. Looking around breathlessly with her golden eyes. Well, you're all right? She says out of concern for my insignificant body. What's with that? Pretty much like a bolt of lightning. It's a kind of irritation that felt as if it could cleanly split you from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Even while gritting my teeth, my chest is filled with the intense heat, putting me on the verge of vomiting. It's because you showed care for me. The pain in my body is also the pain in yours. The reason I was able to resist possession is because of Shirou's self that you used. The golden eyes looked dimly in my direction. Those messed up eyes. Just like your limbs, they're wounded and losing their use. And the reason this woman was frightened was it simply because she was unable to see my appearance. The true nature of the woman before my eyes. The dedication to throwing herself into the pyres. The love for humanity that makes her care for others even after being abused. A white flower. Flesh. A brightly, wetly, glistening slug. There's no part of this woman that is beautiful. Hey, what about you? Is this right about your limit? My cheek is itchy. I scratch my cheekbone with my fingernails. Okay. Hey, what about you? Is this about your limits? Yeah. I don't think I could have endured any more than this, so I'm glad I didn't pierce through you here. It's too late. She should have pierced through me before I noticed. I think it was reversed. And it was right the first time. Too bad. From now on is the good stuff. Up until now is just the desires of Shirou. Huh? I rake my nails along my cheekbone as if to peel off skin. Rather than violating the rules, it is more like abandoning the game. Just for now, I shall deny all that I am. The woman's body springs up. Just being close to a demon makes the body fall into a possessive state and begin to tremble. A different kind of fear. Finally, she fears not only for others, but also herself. I grab the woman's body, only before her fear now extends to her body. I wrap my arms tightly around her pale back without restraint. Something like this, you will. The one you should be worried about is yourself. From now on, it's gotta be something else. No losing yourself midway through. The point of death. You should try and keep your gorgeous figure. Stop. You're drawing it out. I'm losing control. You'll be killed. Quick, let go of me. My body becomes stiff, but I don't care. I bring my fangs to her slender nape once again. No, stop. No more. Shh. The electricity runs through. It's not the stimulus from her magical energy being siphoned into me. Just now was the severing pain of the woman eliminating part of my body. Not bad. If you didn't do that much. The stimulus wouldn't be enough. I expose the wound, and she takes a part of my body through her demonic possession. We're trying to destroy each other. The only question is whether the insides will disappear or just overflow. Take as much as you like. As long as you don't take so much you lose your figure, that's fine by me. My body is sweating. Breathing is in disarray, and so is mine. Sparks fly inside of my brain. The more magical energy I draw, the more cracks appear in my skull. Every part of me that touches the woman's body is being torn apart. There's only pain. This should be replenishment of my magical energy, but it's not sufficient. It doesn't matter as long as you're stimulating my mind. Anything's fine. Guided by the woman's breath, pain distorts my eyes. I want to hear it more. The screams are so good I can hardly stand it. The mincing pain is excruciating. I don't even think to stop the saliva from pouring forth. Strange. It's too strange. The plea has an opposite effect. Each time why I hear the woman's screams, why I want to indulge deeper in her magical energy and at this rate tear her to pieces. The white flower struggles with agony in my embrace. The woman suffers, shakes her head while refusing, and places her hands on my chest as if responding. I'm being chewed up from the inside. The balance starts to collapse. What used to be nothing but pain now has another sensation mixed in. The white flower is now red hot. The sensations flowing along with our sweat go on without end, satisfying us both. There's something that isn't fear. The woman continues to suppress the evil spirits. The woman squirms at the sensation of having her magical energy wrung out. The feeling of my canines piercing her, the intensity of my feasting on her magical energy causes her to moan sweetly. The numbing sensation. The surge of magical energy rushing out in sync with the woman's reactions, altogether different from the first time. I'm breaking into a grin. It'd be no fun if it wasn't like this. To hell with being wrapped in an embrace. I only want the screams. If it wasn't a struggle for life, it wouldn't satisfy my sadism. Feels like fangs could grow in from this pleasure. She trembles at the sensation of my piercing teeth, expanding and contracting as she presents me with her magical energy, yet tries to escape it at the same time. Each time my body melts. With each gulp of magical energy the woman stirs, each movement a muscle. It's hurting. It's becoming harder and harder to recognize the pain. All that's keeping me moving is the desire to taste this woman. I have to stop. If you continue, I don't know what will happen. Who cares? If I could stop when I would have stopped. And for starters, what are you talking about, Exorcist? This is what it means to be swarmed by monsters. I push my fangs even deeper into her neck. I tremble at her resistance. I let out the seething hatred and dig in my nails. I don't know whether I'm embracing her or trying to crush the flower. I entrust everything to my warping senses and devour her magical energy. All the sensations surrounding me melt away like a song. There's no more pain, nothing at all. I pierce her with my fangs over and over. She must have reached her limit. Rather than reacting to being possessed, the woman responds solely to the sense of pain mixing with something else. It's as if I'm burning all the way to my bones. More harder. I swallowed the massive magical energy with a gulp. The woman stiffens her body to withstand all the sensations. I swallow and swallow. I could feel the fragments of her soul rushing through my body. Any more and you will. How convenient. If it's a matter of one or two hands transforming, I'll just rip them off and swallow them right then and there. If her insides leap out of her abdomen, I'll stick my face in and devour her, keeping her human form. Her body's on the brink of collapse. But even before the changes from the inside come, she's attacked by fangs from the outside. Can't suppress it. Can't suppress this mysterious impulse. I open my mouth ready to devour not just her magical energy, but her flesh. Fascinatingly enough, being startled has brought me back to my senses. Damn it! I realized it at the last moment. This counts for nothing. It was just supposed to be a whim, but I truly wanted this woman. It's fine, I won't stop it anymore. It's not a sentiment I can share. Both of us are touching each other now, but our feelings differ. It's like flesh melting together, let us become one. An interlocking sensation, one similar to love, but which cannot be the same. She's actually saying his name. Where was it? Yeah, yeah. The woman's already at her limit. I'm already at my limit. Finally, my atrocious hunger for her magical energy has seen the end. My fangs pierce her neck one final time to drink the final mouthful. It streams and spills, the woman's last remaining magical energy. Life itself begins to flow into me. But I pull away from the woman's body before I have a chance to swallow it. That's fine. This woman has a greater role to fulfill. I can't consume her here. Why, anger on you. That's all so foolish. I had conveniently forgotten something that I should never have realized from the start. Is there nothing you find beautiful? Of course. No matter what, I must not be captivated by anything. Oh, that was her. Is there nothing you find beautiful? Because once I feel affection, I can do nothing more than kill. The temperature drops. Having fed, I hurriedly try to rebuild my broken shell. Thankfully, I had not gotten all the way, so repair should be complete soon. She seems to have avoided any fatal damage as well, and is looking at me with her usual sullenness. I am going to ask you for an explanation just in case. Just what is it you were trying to do? Nothing really, just a whim. I've done what I wanted to do, so all that's left to do is go away. That is one hell of a murderous intent. That sort of glare would likely result in me being stabbed if there were any sharp objects nearby. Thus, it would be best to leave as quickly as possible. Well, just think of it as being bitten by a dog or something. Either way, this is the end. I won't have any more to do with you, so you could even think of this as a settlement. I leave the stone chamber. I retreat before having my true colors revealed any further. Stop. That isn't even an excuse. I'll change my question. Why did you stop? I thought that would be consumed at that rate. That's what you wanted? But I am ever so sorry. I slipped out of consciousness, so I don't really remember. What a disgusting way to avoid the issue. I was utterly foolish for asking. The woman lets me pass. Clearly not in the mood to ever see me again. Now then, before her mind changes and I get punished so as not to run into her ever again, I depart. But come to think of it, just what you were trying to do. A simple question. Nothing really. A quiet reply. I force my suddenly heavy legs to move and go towards the stairs. This is the end of our final chance meeting. See ya. It felt pretty good. Why, thank you. Now go to the pent beast. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, there it goes. With that, the guidepost upon the earth disappears. No more will I, the regular visitor, appear here again. I kind of wish this would be a night out. Oops, shit, what the fuck? Huh. You know what? We're just gonna end the loop here. Oops, shit. What, I can't force it? Ooh, something new in the school? Oh. Oh, Laserette's just around now. That's cool. We had our scene with her, and now she's like, I can hang out a little bit, I guess. With her. And now we have the knight. Could go out for a walk. Nope. Save and title. We will not be picking up from that point. In fact, we will be starting a new thing when we get back. Hopefully I'll remember. Just a little bit more to read. Also, wow, that got intense. I had I think heard of that scene previously before, or its original form. But that's not the version we have right now. So that's fine. I do want to see something. Hold on. Where is it? Here. Closer to the back, I'd imagine. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Interesting. I wonder if we have any... Ooh! Where's that $3,000 one? Where's that 3,000 yen one? 1,000... Oh, that's 30,000. Jesus. All right, fine. It can wait. It's fine. All right, that's enough out of me, guys. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your week. And hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. A lot going on. Make sure to be careful out there. Yeah, nothing more to say. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.